Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am looking down, hopefully, in the location of our new Revergrad or Novi Revergrad. Novi Revergrad? I'm not sure how you actually say that in Russian, but I think that is Russian for new, in any event. I was also given a link so that I could say Itupufla. No, I said that wrong. Itupifla flu. No, Itupiflu. Yeah, and then now the it's hard for me to say the middle of this word, but it's like Heguladal. Heguladal? In any event, Adam put me under pressure by actually trying to teach me the proper pronunciation. I was just happy in my American blissfulness of mispronunciation until now I have to try to memorize how to say them right. Anyway, I'm just kidding. It's all in good fun. But I do like the idea of getting Eastern European names. I just can't say the darn things, you know? Or at least not properly, I'm sure. Anyway, it's all in good fun. At least for me it is. Certainly no insult meant to anyone. Anyway, I am back. I really have just come right back in and haven't done much of anything other than just decide to call this like Rail Corridor South, but apparently that's about as long as a name can be. But I think that gets the idea across, right? And then I called this one Rail Corridor West. And I also moved our town name over to here just to give a better impression of the center of town. And moved our little I think this was train crossing. I moved it over into the middle of where the actual crossing would be. And there we go. So I think this was going to be another more or less planning episode. Like I said, I don't want to do much with this until I know I've given you guys at least a day or two to get some feedback in. So, and I'm actually recording 2 episodes in one day because once again this weekend I'm going to go away for a few days. So I need to get like probably about 3 episodes ahead before Sunday morning. I will be here to do the live stream on Saturday. So know that, yeah, I definitely want your guys' feedback, but I'm going to get ahead. So come next Tuesday or whatever it is, I'll catch up on a bunch of comments. So it probably won't be until like next Wednesday's episode. This episode should go up for Friday, and then, so it'll be like Wednesday next week before I would see that. So if you're watching this in the future, go look like, I don't know, 5 episodes ahead, something like that. All right, anyway. So here we are. So one of the big things that I want to get accomplished in this episode for planning is I can't build these rails over on this other side. They're not actually attached. So I have this rail all done, but I need to get a way to get these guys in and out of here and then over to here where they can then hook up to this. So one of the things that was a suggestion, and I'm pretty sure it was Adam that said something, is we want to try to make sure that we can get a train in each direction on an intersection. But the other thing that I would say is I don't necessarily consider this an intersection, right? Because it's more of like a stub for these. So these are either going to come out and go one direction or the other. They're not going to go both. It's just sort of a mess of them all coming into one spaghetti mess here. So in any event, I guess it does make it an intersection, doesn't it? So what I was thinking is I think I want to take this curve and actually bring it over this way a little bit more. So like get rid of all of this. Because again, I don't think we're going to have a huge amount of traffic in and out of here, but we might have a good amount on the real track. You know what? I'm going to use the train delete it tool. I think will be faster. Not that one. You know what, the delete it tool is a pretty good tool in a case like this where you know you're not going to delete anything important. So if we bring that back to there. So we just want to make sure don't want to delete too far, and just get rid of all this. And then hit the escape button. Don't try to click on things, you just mess them up. There we go. Now this one, yeah, we have a lot of what was this? This is going to be the outgoing electronics. So yeah, they could definitely possibly go both ways. So do we delete some of this? kind of hate to delete some of that because it was such a pain to put in. Yeah, there's no reason for that track to go that far over. Yeah, I'm going to delete some of this too. Without deleting those lines. We're going to go kind of back to where the road turns there because we need to get this across that road, right? So that's one of the reasons I had made that so sharp. So we're just going to take this railroad track, I think, and yeah, see, that'll give us a lot more. Let's try to level it a little bit. It's kind of bringing it up a little more than I'd want. Yeah, we're going to need our, let's get our wireframe tool out. And yeah, so that's, we could probably cross in this area. Just trying to see where we'd be coming from over here. Well, you know what? Maybe we should, well, no, yeah, I think I actually want to start working on this, right? Now, here's what I'm thinking. There will be some trains going in and out this route, but it'll probably be less than what's going across here from like this way. I don't know that that's totally true, but what I'm thinking of is using a little bit of like raise it. Oop, that's lower. You know, I don't want to go too much. But I actually kind of raise this up a bit. Here's a question. I want to get a road across here. I want to delete some more stuff. Without actually deleting tracks that I've built. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so let's hit escape button. And I'm going to lower this down again. Lower all of this, actually a fair amount. It's nice when you have two pieces of equipment in there working, isn't it? Because whatever roads or whatever else comes here, I think I kind of want to have them up in the air. Now I'm wondering if I just didn't mess up a bit. All right, now that to me, yeah, that seems actually pretty reasonable. Let's go and do this. Let's make it bigger. Right, so what I'm picturing is like a railroad track right across here. Like a bridge that's like pretty darn long. Now, yeah, see that's kind of nice. See how it's coming back to a, that is powerful. 3 bulldozers. We're just tearing it up in no time. Nice. All right. Might as well go all the way over to that other road, right? Now that we have that other road there, it's kind of, so that other road up, the white road just north of us. And I know other people don't consider that north. I guess it really depends on, it just doesn't matter. For me, it's north. And I want to come down here, and one of the reasons I kind of chose this height is see how that goes, you know, it's kind of nice on this end. Yeah, let's get rid of all that for a second. Before we actually build a bridge, which will probably pin things too much. Now, I'm not sure how much anybody wants to see me sit here level stuff. I've avoided this in the past. This sort of starts making it more of a construction episode, doesn't it? All right, there we go. So that kind of gives a bridge that's, you know, if a railroad's coming underneath of here, then again, we'll get rid of this road in a minute. But I just want to see what this kind of looks like. Now, we're going to need a track. I'll use this other smoothing tool. You can almost look at it like, I mean, see how it kind of takes out the, just, it does a better job of taking out the roughness of the land, you know? As opposed to, you don't always necessarily want it lowering things. It's okay if you do see how it's just sort of balancing it out nice. It's flattening it, but yet not really changing the elevation all that much. Like, there we go. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all those trees. Well, that's a heck of a road there, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, really, so is that. So let's get rid of this road. It'll be easier to use the demolish. We'll know where our corridor's at from this point forward, won't we? Hopefully. All right, so this, yeah, now I want to use the regular old level tool to just take that down because it looks like it's sort of way high compared to many other things. No, it looks like that other road is down. It's hard to tell sometimes, isn't it funny? All right, well, anyway, there we go. All right, now this, yeah, let's get rid of this road. And then we'll do the smoothing tool again. See, I think when they first designed this game, they really didn't picture people doing as much leveling as we ended up wanting doing. I think when they put this tool in, they were kind of picturing you building in the flat areas and not so much complaining and whining about not being able to put a building in exactly where you want. You know, like I think they pictured you building little towns like this over different places. And anyway, there we go. So see, if you rub it in there, you can kind of get a nice little flat thing. So I guess we should demolish, even though we built a little bit of this road, some of this road. But first, before we do that, because we might not need to do too much with this one, what I want to do is take this track like up in the air. And I don't want the ugliest bridge God ever created. And yeah, I don't like the way it's almost like they want you to build the dirt up. Like I want a bridge that doesn't have those girders. All right, so let's do this. Let's see if we can't. This was the thought I had. So like if we come here, nope, that's lower. Why do I keep picking the lower? All right, and we'll make this. So that's the most you're going to let me raise it. Okay, let's do some building leveling. Do we have a building here? Yeah. Is this a good one? No, I don't actually want to build that there. All right, so now let's see if we can't take this like up to there, and then take this. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get. I guess if we go longer, that might not look too bad, huh? But I just don't like the way that. There we go. That's kind of. Yeah, let's make sure we're plenty tall, and we'll spread these out like as far as we. Like I want the spans as far as we can get them. Now this one, yeah, we want to make this level. Now is that? Yeah, we'll stretch these out as wide as we can get them. All right. Now what we have to manage to do is duplicate that somehow. Okay, well that part went well. I forget how tall I made the dumb things. All right, so we want to hit E. Jeez. Is that the right height? One more time. Oh, look. Okay. Oh, that's not so bad. It does snap just like a regular railroad track. But I wonder what these things cost. There we go. Now how many, like, okay, let's just take a look at this just out of our own. Now, can't go through there. Yeah, so it's looking like we're just going to be able to get 2. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get another one. So for each one of these overpassy things, we're going to be able to get 2 railroad tracks through. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we might be able to sneak one through here, but yeah, so I think we'd want to make that even longer if we can. Now what happens if we just go... You're not going to let me attach? Oh, there it goes. You have to be down on the ground. Yeah, because look, that would be... Yeah, let's do like... So that was 6, right? So that would be 7, 8, kind of. I don't know if we're going to... Where the bridge ends. I know. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get rid of that. Let's... I don't want to cancel the whole thing. So we're going to demolish... No, not demolish. Cancel. Let's go a little further. That's as high as you can make them. Okay, well that's... All right, so we got... All right, I think... Boy, that's kind of overkill. That's all right. Okay. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, stop it. All I did was wiggle. Okay, that looks like it. Now, every time we build railroad tracks, we have to... It'd be nice if you could copy copy a thing, but now I'm actually liking that this road, you know, is up in the air. Now, I don't want to do too much building because I'm going to wait for your guys' feedback, but there's no doubt we want a railroad line over towards this way, right? So let's... get this much of the road out of our way, and then can we make this? Let's see if we can't like level from about here over to here, and then right. That's pretty nice. Kind of not too far off of where that road is right now. By the way, that's one of the nice things about doing the road. Is it kind of gives you an idea of where, you know, like we made this road reasonably flat. So as you're building, I've noticed it doesn't hurt like to know that this is a reasonably flat thing, that this area is down relative kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of giving you an average. It's not level, but it's not a bad way to do it, I don't think. All right, we don't want that. We want a bridge. Oh, you're going to be down on the ground. That looks like heck. All right, let's go up one. Oops, and let's make sure it's kind of sort of... How's that? Not EQ. No, we don't want that. E once, and then Q, and then just for the sake of calling it sort of complete, if we put a little bit of a rail on the other side. No, stop that. What do you guys think? Is that impressive? I think it's so impressive that I am going to commit to it. Boo. So now, until we build it, well, I don't know, I guess we could hover over here, but this is really what I wanted more than anything else, was where those two lines would go. So now that we have that, we can kind of come and do this number. And then the other thing I want, and I'm not sure how to do it, so we're going to have trains that can go this way. And I also want to get this road attached. And I'd like to keep this road right along here if we could. So what I'm thinking of is that we do an overpass. So this is kind of up over a hill, and then we would do an overpass over this. But what I'd like to do this second, let's see about those. I don't want to raise that up too much. Yeah, see, this is where they, like some people, oh, I don't know why you'd ever use the other tool. This is why. You know, it's not a bad tool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, we want to leave at least, well, there won't really be any trains here, but we want to make this a nice broad turn. What I'm thinking of is, yeah, we got time pause, so let's just get rid of that. And that should let us do a little bit more. All right, so let's see. Can we get this guy? Not sure how that looks when we're behind me, but we'll spin around in a second and see. Yeah, so let's take this and just sort of level it up a bit. But we're spending a lot of time just building one little railroad track, aren't we? You know what? I'm going to do that a little bit different if we can. Yeah, I don't like the way it forms the railroad tracks. Once you got one in, it should. Oh, you don't like that either? Okay, well, how about that? There we go. It's nice. Certainly should have plenty of room to get people off of this track, even if there's a little congestion going on up that way, right? And then that'll give these guys something to do. Now that we know where this is, we can talk about how we come and get over to here, I think, a little bit better. And we just built our road, so I'm not too interested in causing too much destruction to it. But yeah, we got a bit of a hill to go up, nothing major, so I think we're better off staying up here, right? And I definitely think the railroad tracks should take... I don't want to build that one. Let's start here and do... Yeah, build that up a little bit. And then if we came... And this is going to be like the main path that all the tracks follow. And this road is just really not where I want it to be. Because I really think I want to go from like here. Are you raising? What are you doing? No, you're not. Why are you not leveling for me? There you go. That's a little bit better. Let's use a regular roadway. That's not a regular roadway. We're not going to build a roadway, but I have a feeling it'll... Oh, you know what? It's not leveling because I was too close to the road. Right? If that track kind of came... You know what? You might be able to cross right here. Yeah, that might not be that bad. I don't know if... Nope, too close to the road, too close to the road. Oh, come on. I knew it wanted to do it for me. There we go. Now one more time if we can. Yeah, we might be able to get a railroad track right through there. What do you guys think? Hopefully that's good. I'm asking you what you think, but there's no way you can respond. There's no way you can actually respond, is there? And again, we're going to have many tracks, right? So we kind of want to stay keeping in mind that like this kind of distance could all theoretically be tracks, though I really don't think it will be. So I'm going to stay to this side, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, all right, so here's the big question. Too sharp an angle. Can we cheat it a little bit? Really? That's too sharp of an angle? Yeah, this really just doesn't like a sharp angle, does it? Well, do we turn the railroad tracks or do we change the road? And by the way, I would think we could probably change the road and maybe even build a... We could do two things. We could build a temporary road to get things to be able, because I definitely want this one to be able to get down into here. So if we build a temporary like bypass, yeah. So let's destroy some road, and I think I'll destroy the road from like here up to here. I don't want to destroy any more than I have to, and then we're going to destroy some more tracks. Not really destroy the track planning, right? Big difference. And then, yeah, here's the question. I don't really know how many tracks. I don't know if we want to go with some massive overpass bridge, but I think we're going to put an overpass in here. Yeah, so let's... No, you won't give me... Oh, jeez. Come back here. Tried to get it to turn yellow, but it didn't. There we go. About just like there. I want to come down this way a little bit. It's certainly not the prettiest. It doesn't necessarily do curvy tracks like you might want, but it's all right. There, and then eventually we would level that out. Now the question is, I guess we should make this, we might as well go for the gusto. Now I'm assuming that, here's a pretty big assumption, and I don't know if this is even true. We have this, which is going to kind of bottleneck us, but then we can always redo the tracks on this side, right? We're kind of, when you think about it, we're switching sides with this track. Like, in the long run, this track might run... If we ran more tracks, would probably want to go over this way more. So we're kind of cutting back this too far to the right in a sense. So we're just going to go with it. But what I'll do is, let's get rid of a little bit more of this, just so I can level this out a bit. Thank you. Good old game save. Let's do the smoothing tool. No, you want to... There we go. And let's do the leveling tool. Nope, off these tracks. Yeah, because eventually, you know, I would picture the tracks. Like I said, I would picture like this track would actually come in here and go like that. So it's not going to hurt to just, which means that this track would probably end up further over this way, wouldn't it? Kind of like this. Right, as they made their turn, it would actually turn sharper and go up here. But I'm not going to redo all that down there for something that might never happen. But it does mean I want to get rid of a little more of this. Do we even want that road? Oh, thank you, text. I usually don't have that phone in this room. Well, certainly not when I'm recording. Somebody just texted me before and I forgot it was sitting there. All right, what do you guys think of that? So if we can bring, well, we could build a brick bridge. We don't have any brick bridges. Is it? Oh, it's slower. Never mind. I don't know. We really haven't built many of these bridges in all actuality, so we'll just go with this one. Hill causing obstruction. Let's see. So we're on. Yeah, see, this is what we should probably do. I'm actually like just not liking. I think we might try to hook up to like this, where this road is, you know? Yeah, now you don't like that that's there. All right, so let's get rid of a little bit of our railroad tracks. Oh, that's the other. Yeah, here's what I'm thinking now. We can keep this road kind of like it is. Well, now I'm thinking we bring this one. Let's just very carefully. I got the power line. Oh, see, that's why you got. Look, I could have just gone over there. And, all right, let's put the power line. We got. Yeah, let's just put that power line back up before I forget. No, let's build the road first. Power line may have been in the road, way of the road anyway, right? So here's what I'm thinking now. For the sake of staying out of... Yeah, we bring this, we build the bridge so that it does the best we can to span this difference. Even though this is going to look goofy from perspective of the road. Here, I want to do one more thing. I'll come over this way a little bit more if that's what we're going to do. All right, so this would be, you know, if the track came down, this would be the furthest track, and then well, we kind of want to go up pretty quickly, don't we? I don't know that it doesn't need to be that high, but it is more impressive when it's that high, right? So let's go till that's stretched out. Yeah, like that. And then we'll go like kind of straight across this way, right? Yeah, because see, if we don't go straight across, I have a feeling we're really going to have to turn these tracks more than I want to. Yeah, that is just not at all what I was picturing when I first started with this. Would there be any advantage to anything else? Like, this is getting, like, that's just, I don't like that. Like, after seeing what we have to do, I guess the other side of it is we do railroad bridges, right? Yeah, you know what? I like that. So let's delete the road. Let's delete some more of our track plan. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take this road. It doesn't need to be that wide, and we're just going to start lowering it. Let's do a little levelly. Well, you know what? We can just dig. Why don't we dig a hole right here? Actually, like here. Yeah, I'm liking that already. Now, can we get... No. So what... Yeah, cancel all the road plans. And let's bulldoze a little bit more of this stuff. And let's lower our hill back down some more. There we go. And let's see if we can't... Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. See, because now what I think I can do is that. Right, and if we just put this road, like say to there, and to there, we could probably even, no. Yeah. Come on. Oh, you finicky game, you. Oh, look, let me build that. Okay, well, that was like a don't tell anybody, but that was like an accident, you know? So here's what I'm thinking is, over time, yeah, I think we may need to move this back a little further, huh? But you guys get the idea. So let me take a little bit of a break. My arm's going numb from leaning on the keyboard, and I'll be right back. And let me just straighten this out. You guys get the idea. I'm just going to move that back over and let my arm not get numb. Or be numb. Okay. Well, I am sorry about that, but I went and did a lot of stuff. And when I looked up, I noticed we were over 35 minutes, and I still hadn't accomplished anything hardly. Or at least it felt that way. I certainly knew in like the 1 hour time frame, I would definitely not get everything I wanted to done. But in the end, I moved this road back about as far as I could get away with and not get into the road here, because there is the possibility, though it's painful, to send people up this way to do work. There's no supplies down on this end of town, but looks like we'll be redoing some roads over here. So what I would like to do, because I've already messed up a little bit, and let me just cement that in. But I think this is nice. We reattach this road, and then eventually we'll be able to bring this down. Now, I got to thinking about it, and this is what I was talking about when it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to, you know, things are for a purpose, in the sense of all of the supplies that we're going to get, at least for now, are going to be coming in from over here. So what I did was I leveled this out so that this would be over here. Eventually, you know, even though I might build the tracks, I may end up doing our corridor idea through here, but it's kind of getting way ahead of the plan in a sense. Like, even if we build this one, it's just going to be a matter of building like another track over here, and you know, this one may end up going down this way type thing. But you know, my brain's not big enough to take in the entire map at one time. But the bottom line is I leveled out the top of this mountain so that we could get this one over far enough that, you know, it just sort of made sense. Like this, all of these trains coming in. Now, what I didn't do was really deal with the fact that our electronics which are going to need to go out to the world, may not just go this way, right? So I can picture a time when we might have, like another track somehow coming out. But like at this point, even if they came out, they could come this way, right? So it's because I did this, it's not like these trains can't come over here, though I don't know if this is what I pictured for the long run, right? But for now, we have a nice set of train tracks that go all the way up and around. We did this part earlier. Right? Does that make sense? And as far as this episode goes, and why I wanted to do this now was because now I can let's commit to the railroad tracks there, right? You know what? Right before I do that, just put this bridge in to sort of make sure it would work, and also to remind myself not to build anything there. But now you can see a lot of these tracks, or at least a number of these tracks, are going to go to this steel mill. Right, so when we talk about this corridor needing to be this wide, in addition, some of the tracks coming off here may go off and go this way. Or, at this point, we might have to move this around a little bit, but they might even come off and go that way. So, this might, if you knew what the whole entire map plan was, you might move this one over a bit. But again, I don't think, at some point we're going to narrow this down and, we can move this over a couple if we need to, and then bring a train in and around this way, and who knows, maybe it'll tie into this one, maybe it won't. We'll see. I'm not afraid to do a little demolition in the future. But there we go. So I think that gives you a good idea of how we now created a train corridor where we can get quite a few more lines in there. And even if this becomes a bottleneck, we can rip this out and, we can do a lot of things. The world is our oyster. All right, so let's commit to the railroad tracks since I don't want to mess them up. The mistake that I made was I deleted this road that we had built out to our construction place, and I definitely think that'll be the last thing for the episode if I can manage to get that across here. Now, one of the things I'm hoping for is if we look at our railroad track, would the road bridge follow a similar distance, I hope, right? Like, can I get a railroad track that looks identical? So if I delete this back a little bit, and I'm actually going to see, can I get away with some building leveling? Because that's kind of big. That's really big. All these are big. Let's go back. Let's go to see, that's a little smaller. Might be able to squeeze it in there, right? Because if we can do some building leveling, it's... Is that all you're going to give me? Building leveling tends, I think, to make like a sharper... Let's spin this around. I think part of our problem is the shape of this building. Can't build due to infrastructure. Now you're raising me up. I don't want to go up too much. Let's just go to the leveling tool. That road will hold it a little bit. But can we get a bridge that's spans this whole distance? And I really don't want that too high up in the air. Yeah, let's just go along this. Probably need to get our... See, that's kind of nice because that's a bit of a crest. See how that comes back out of there, at least on this one side? I was kind of looking at that before. In other words, like, even though we cut off the hill and this is, it's an underpass, see how that's like kind of lower in a sense? Maybe you can't see without the wireframe, but we're kind of getting back to level there, right? We're getting back to the natural grade might be a better way to word that. And let's take care of this here. Yeah, so one thing I have to say after this episode, the leveling tool being that much more powerful, I just level more stuff, right? It's not like it... I still spent my hour leveling like I like to do. you know, I just didn't spend as much time doing one little job. In other words, I just got more jobs. In this case, let's build a concrete one. The last one was a, now we want to do, yeah, so I would try to put this, yeah, let's just go kind of steep, almost silly looking. I hope that's straight. I think it is. So do these, yeah, you know what? They are the same distance, but I got to go back a little bit further, right? Because, yeah, I can't do both at once. Like, let me just put this here. I'll show you what I mean. Get rid of that. See how, like, I just need to, let's see if we can count. So in other words, I need this post here to be back here. So I got to go back about 1.5. I got to start this guy like 1.5 further, like here. So can we delete? That might work out. Let's see. Yeah, we kind of had it. Yeah, let's see. Is that? I could probably do this with the first one. Oh, let's do E. Is that going up in the air? Yeah, see, that's not bad. Now, if this would only, let's see what happens when we, oh, come on. Oh, that's right, you got to point at the ground. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to, well, let's just see what it looks like if I go all the way over to, yeah, I think that's pretty straight. And so if we do this, you know what, they're the same distance, but now what I need to do is, that goes up a little bit, not that it matters, but I think I need to cancel these two and then see if we start and just do one continuous one. Right along there till, let's see, like there, I think. Does that look like it's going down? No, maybe. I don't know. I think it looks fine. All right, so now the question is, can we get railroad tracks? It's off a little bit. But you know what? I don't, here, let's see. Are they all off an even amount? No, they're not off an even amount. Do you see that? But well, let's see. Does this one? No, you know what? No, they're definitely not. But I think I would move this back a little bit more again. Yeah, why can't I cancel? You're not letting me cancel the road. Oh, we're on railroad tracks. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, let's just go back like one more thing here, and we can slope the bridge. All right, so let's see if we can. Yeah, see, it's. Well, let's just see what it looks like. Because this guy looks like, I think it ends like here, right? I want to make sure that's straight. Yeah, see, that's, well, let's see. See, that one's like right in line. The problem is that the bridges aren't, well, this one's a little different because this bridge is a little bit shorter than I realized. Yeah, so I think, all right, remember, let's try one more thing. I want to try to take this guy up. See where I can see that that's right there? So I'm going to come up a little bit more. Try to end that roadway right where this one starts. I think that's straight. I really hope it's straight by the time I get done. And then see, like this one, I want that roadway to end. Oops, come on, slow down, camera. Yeah, I think that's straight there, and that's pretty close to where the roadway ends, right? And then we would do another roadway that would sort of mimic this one. And it would end like right there. All right, instead of trying to worry about that. All right, so how does that look? Look, that's a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Better enough. How's that sound? Boy, it takes a while, doesn't it? When you're trying to be too meticulous. All right, please tell me you're kind of straight. I can live with that little guy being not straight. Let's just straighten him out a little itty bit. Yeah, where would you be straight? You would be straight right like there, wouldn't you? Yeah, I can live with whatever's going on there. Are you just sort of straight this way? Yeah, close enough. We're just gonna. Oh, we don't want a bridge. Let's build a road. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't build the road at this height. I don't think that'll mess things up too much. We'll take it past here. Then I'll probably just build this one like that. And then let's commit to that. I don't know what you guys think, but we should be able to, let's just do one last test before we commit. So we should be able to take our railroad tracks pretty close to straight right through there, right? Stop that. I don't want that. I don't understand why it does this sometimes. Like I wasn't right on the end. It didn't appear, like it looked like I had to go further and then it. There. Yeah, so I think we should get those, we can get those both lined up, and a bit of a pain, but you know, it's the kind of thing that you get better at the more you do it. So let's switch back over to roads. And I'm going to commit, and we've got some pretty massive bridges to undertake. What is this going to cost us? Oh, you know what? That's a lot of work day. Well, that's a lot of concrete, isn't it? For a bridge. What about this other one? It's three. I'm sorry. Probably you guys can't see it. Possibly. Sorry. It's 354 total concrete, 20 gravel. Like threw some gravel in for, and then 84 asphalt. So. This is a brick bridge, so it's 150 tons of bricks. Well, good. That's fun. It'll give us something to build, right? That's why we do these games, is for something to build. Well, there we go. I think let's turn off the wireframe, and you know, it doesn't feel like I got a lot accomplished, but I think I probably got, a lot of times I got more done than I realized. Let's just commit. You know what? I'm not even going to commit to those railroad tracks. Let's cancel those. We can, in case I want to level over here in the future. So good. So I have some big road projects for somebody to work on. I still want to prioritize. Oh, by the way, I changed the name here. This is now Electronville. And also, just to differentiate it a little bit, this is Electrical Town. And I did get a comment about this is like a suburb, perfect suburb. And yes, I think you would consider it a suburb. However, you know, if you take a look at Neuve Revergrad, it's kind of more over here, like certainly on the outer suburbs, right? You know, just, I don't know how far a suburb goes. Like, you know, I definitely picture like around here being other stuff, you know, but certainly what's on the other side of the tracks could be considered a suburb, right? So anyway, there you go. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Another planning episode, but of a different sort than the last episode. And this gives us plenty of stuff. So I would almost certainly expect, I want to catch up with some of the construction, even though I think we want to get down here to keep these guys busy. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know how fast we're going to try to get our food factories up, or do we try to just focus on Neuve Revergrad and then bus people in for the food factories, right? Or do we build a little town over here? Haven't really decided yet. There's certainly a lot of benefits to building a little town over here versus trying to bus them, but then, I want this to be a big city, so you need some work for the people to do, right? So at the same time, I want to see how the busing of them over there goes. So, but we can think about that. Like I said, I really want to get the electronics because I'd really like to upgrade a lot of these tracks to electrical, and I'm not going to do that while we got to pay for outside stuff. So yeah, I would think the next episode will be a construction episode to try to get Electronville going a little bit more. So good. Well, like I said, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.